All right. Thank you, and take it away, Kathy.
Okay, thank you, Matt. My name is Kathy Folk Pushy. I'm on the Adult Services or Member Services Committee, sorry, and we are here with Josh Harwood from Bookazine this afternoon discussing uh, some options to fill in the void left by Baker and Taylor. So Josh is going to give a brief overview of Bookazine, and then we're going to get to your questions that you submitted when you signed up for this session. So Josh, go ahead and take it away.
Great. Thank you, Kathy, and hello, everyone. And I hope you can hear me okay. Great. Okay. So yes, I am a sales director with Bookazine. We are a wholesaler based in New Jersey, and we have two warehouses. We have one in Bayonne, and then we have another one in Wharton. We have been in business since 1929, originally based in Manhattan, and then the company moved into New Jersey in the 70s. We have been in the library channel decades ago, probably in the 70s and 80s most recently. Yeah, we had a contract with, some large systems back then, but with Baker, really, and Ingram to some extent, having, most of the market, Bookazine has focused on the retail channel for decades. So we're very, very glad to be back with libraries. So yeah, we have the two warehouses. We have access. Well, let me tell you a little bit about more about Bookazine, I guess. We're family owned, third generation, and our business is split. It's like half and half between domestic and international. So we're global. We have, all the major accounts in the U.S. and internationally, we have quite a bit of business also. So we have with Bookazine, you'll have access to our title base, which is over 2 million unique ISBNs. Um, we have a you can order through our website portal, which I can show you at a certain point. Um, and let's see, we have our portal. At this point, we don't integrate with ILS systems, but that will be functional in Q1. Just most of our retail customers either order directly EDI, but not using an ILS system, or they have a POS system. But we have a very nimble IT team, so we'll be able to allow your electronic ordering in Q1. But until then, our website is terrific. So I think you'll be pleased with the website. Um, so that's kind of Bookazine in a nutshell. Kathy, I don't know if you want me to go into details or pull up.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Josh.
Mhm.
That was a good overview. I am going to get to a few of the questions that folks sent in, and then if you feel free to elaborate off of some of those, or if other
Mhm.
questions come up, folks who are here, feel free to put them in the chat. But give it a few minutes. Let's wait and see if we get through all the questions that were sent in, because your question may already be in there. So first question we have is, and it's a biggie, what is the discount?
Yes, that's a biggie. Getting right to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a standard discount of 30%. And as long as we're getting into sort of the terms, we have free freight, and we have a 20 assorted unit minimum to ship. So we might be different from some other vendors in that we will not ship, ones and twos and small packages. We'll hold your POs until you've achieved 20 and then we ship.
Interesting. Okay, good
But
to
yes,
know.
it's a 30% discount.
Hmm.
Um, Although there's a caveat to that, we have the two warehouses. Everything in the primary warehouse is 30%. Then we have what's called our secondary warehouse, which is in Wharton. And those trade discounts will either code at 42 or 46%. So it's 30% through the primary, and then through the secondary, those are 42 or 46%. And
Are
those
those
those are those are longer tail titles. Um, so, and I should say most are 42 and 46 because the secondary also has like the academic titles and some short discount titles. So each title will have the discount next to it when you order. So just keep your eye out to make sure you know
okay?
what you're getting.
That was going to be my next question.
Ah,
Okay, thank you for that.
sure.
All right, so next question I have is how much is shipping?
Shipping is free. We ship free freight. Um, yeah, so you won't get any surprise one book packages with shipments, with freight on it. It's just free freight.
Right, yeah, you just have to reach that minimum.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so you can order fewer through the web and it will upload into our system. We'll just keep that inventory on reserve and hold it until you have the 20 units.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The next question is, do you send books prior to the publication date?
Um, Yes, so for new releases, we typically ship the middle of the prior week. So we'll ship the books out Thursday or Friday to arrive no later than Monday. And then, Tuesday is the pub date
Okay.
typically. Yeah.
Yeah, because as you know, a lot of us do our marking up and our labels and everything in-house, and we like to get things on the shelves so that patrons can get them in their hands as soon as they're
The
able.
the day that they're on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we can if that window is too tight, we can look into shipping earlier. Typically, when would you receive new releases from Baker? Do you have it?
Uh, I
Was
mean,
it,
it's been a little all over the map lately.
yeah, or
But
ideally,
yeah,
when would you like to get them?
I think a lot of libraries would like to get them at least a week before.
A
Um,
week before.
yeah, to give some time to get everything marked up and labeled and covered
Mhm.
properly so that they're shelf ready on the street date.
Okay. All right, that's good. Thank you. And we're sort of recrafting we're building our library channel. So any of this input is helpful for us. So appreciate
Mhm.
that. Yeah. Okay. Ready for your next question.
Okay. So let's see. I think you covered this a little bit. Oh no, actually, standing order features, duplicate orders, order status. How is that all handled?
Okay. So we will be providing non-processed books. So yeah, we don't anticipate that we'll be doing processing. Um, yeah, so I know Baker, that was a big feature of Baker's. But yeah, we just don't have that capacity
Yeah.
at this point.
I
Um,
think I think more what this question is getting to is kind of the repetition of ordering. So if you ordered something and you'd like to order it again, how does that work?
mhm.
Do you have any kind of
Um,
system in place for standing orders?
well, we have what are called wish lists, and
Okay.
maybe I'll get into our website at this point and I can show you a few things.
Sure. Yeah, we've
So I'll click share my screen. Should I do
yes.
that?
And if you have trouble sharing, I can just you're a co-host, so you
Okay.
should be able to share your
Okay.
screen.
Uh, Okay. So can you see the Bookazine website?
Yes.
Okay. So before I get into that, uh, so standing orders, we don't say, well, there's a couple of things. One is the duplicate order. I think I heard a question about that. So we do not flag a book if it's been ordered before. Um, I think that's mostly because with our retail focus, retailers will reorder and reorder and reorder. So I think the library process thinking is sort of the reverse of that, if I'm not mistaken. Like you like to avoid reordering something unless it's the exception.
Right, unless you need to order a replacement or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Okay.
those of us, I'm not as familiar with the Ingram side, but Baker and Taylor had the little O symbol in the list that indicated visually that you had already ordered that item.
Okay, so that I do know that that is a feature we are planning to implement for starting in Q1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a lot of this stuff, it just has to wait until after the holiday window
Mm-hmm.
because that's kind of our busiest time right now.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, so but that O flag is something that we do anticipate adding. All right, so let me log in. So when you have an account and you want to go into your customer portal, I'm just going to go into a existing bookstores account so we can poke around. Whoops. Okay, so we are in, this is what you'll see when you first log in. So the first thing I'll start with is, or looking up and ordering a title. So here you can, if you want to do it title by title, you can you see the drop down on this? Okay, great. So you'll get a
Yes.
drop down so you can enter your title. So I'll just do a title, hit go. So this will pull up all of the different titles or editions of this title. So let's go with the paperback. All right, so if you want to buy the paperback, and now this is a retail discount, just FYI. Um, so we'll hit click buy, and then you get the pop-up window. So in the pop-up, you'll see the basic title data. You'll see if it's available or not. You'll see which warehouse it's in. And the primary warehouse ships right away. So if you get the order in by 11, it'll go out that evening. And then you'll have it next day. You get basic meta, basic brief description here. We do plan to enhance this, so you'll have full review access because we've come to understand that's important. Okay, so we'll be adding full review access. Okay, so we want to order a copy of this. So you put in your quantity, click add to cart. This shows you that it's been added to your cart, and then we'll go to, whoops, let's see.
Maybe I missed it. I don't think we saw the pop-up after you hit buy.
Oh, that, okay. Okay, are you seeing, yeah, you're not seeing the
No,
pop-up.
it's not showing up in the shared screen.
Okay, that might be because I'm not sharing that window or that pop-up. Um, can I share this? Oh, that's too bad. Wish I was a little more. Let me see. Oh, okay, maybe I can share this screen. Hmm. Well, I'll go on. There's a pop-up where you can enter the quantity, and then it will show up in the cart. And if I, okay, can you see
There it
the,
is. Yep.
okay, cart contents. All right, so after you the pop-up and you enter your quantity, it goes into the cart. Okay, so now let's do so you can fill your cart, and if you add, let's do a title from the secondary warehouse just to illustrate something. All right, so now let's secondary. Okay, this one. So I'll add a title to the secondary from the secondary warehouse into the cart. And now there we go. So now you'll see you actually will be filling two carts. The secondary warehouse has its own cart, and the primary warehouse will have its own cart. Um, so they won't combine for the 20 units. Okay. Um, wish lists right here. This is if you have a need for multiple, if you have multiple buyers, buying different subjects. At this point, we have wish lists, and we may enhance this, or we are enhancing this, I should say. So if you do want to have each person place their own separate order, they'll be able to do that. But at this point, what you can do is, so I'm gonna is create a wish list. So I'll add, so we'll call this one nonfiction. Okay, we're gonna add this wish list. Okay, so now you have this wish list. Then I'll add another wish list called, I'll call that one fiction. Add. Okay, so you can do as many wish lists as you like. Okay, so now when you order a title, and I fear our pop-up issue is going to be a problem here, but right, so say we order the things they carried, I click that. I'm going to buy the paperback again, but now and I'm sorry you can't see this, but in the pop-up, you can either place it right into the cart, or you can add it to one of the wish lists. Okay. And then the wish list. So I'm going to add it to the wish list. And then there's a button that will say show wish list, and it will show you all the titles that you've got in your, little bucket or wish list. And
Okay.
then,
Yeah,
yeah.
someone brought up the wish list in the chat. They'd been kind of on the website playing around and submitted a test order for 25 items, and it had a mix of books from the primary warehouse and the secondary warehouse. But of course, they ran into that notice saying they needed 20 items for to fill the order. And the person was wondering if there was a way to create a cart or an order for items from the primary warehouse and a different one for the secondary warehouse. And they're thinking that maybe that wish list function would fulfill that
Yeah.
purpose.
Oh, so a person who already had a library that already has an account with us
I
was,
guess so, yeah. They said
yeah, it
they
must
were
be.
putting in a test
Okay.
order.
Yeah. Um, right. So you in your wish list, well, basically the primary cart, you can check it out with as few items in it as there's no minimum. The secondary cart, will need 25 units. Yeah, and that's the secondary minimum's 25 versus the
Right.
20, the primary. So the secondary cart, it won't check out unless you have 25, but the items will still stay in your cart.
Okay.
Okay. You just can't invoice them at that
Right.
point. Yeah. So can you see the screen now where it says where it has download to Excel and then
Yes.
delete from wish list,
Yep.
select. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, so we're in the wish list. Um, so let me just add another title so I can.
And someone else had a question about carts,
Mhm.
um, asking if they can have one cart at a time or multiple carts.
Um, Tricky answer to that. Sorry. Yeah. At this point, you can have multiple wish lists.
Right.
Um, but we can easily make program an account so you can have multiple carts that will be able to check out individually. So you could check out either to different ship tos, or you could check out using different purchase orders.
Right. Maybe different accounts.
Yes, yeah. Um, so that's a yes, but if we're looking at it today, it's through the web through the wish list.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
going to add.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to add this. Let's see. Why can't why? Oh, it's out of stock. So if it's out of stock, there's no buy button. Okay, that's why I was wondering why there was no buy button. All right, so I just wanted to add another title. Um, Okay, Curious George, 300 results. Okay, primary, that one's on back order. Okay, so I'm adding this Curious George book to the wish list. And then I'm going to click, and I'm sorry you can't see this. I'm going to click Show Wish List. Okay, so now we have, hopefully you can see we have 2 items in the wish
Yes.
list. Okay, so you can have as many as you want. So at this point, you can select all, and then you can add to the cart. So if you have your fiction buyer, and they want to get their order going, they can add to the cart, and then they can check out the cart, and then the cart will return empty for your next buyer, uh, and they can fill it with their wish list, for example.
Okay.
That's one approach. Or you can dump all your wish lists into the cart and check them out at the same time. The key is they would have to check out under this one purchase order. Um,
Okay.
but as I mentioned, we can easily program the account to accept multiple purchase orders.
Okay. I think that
Yep.
would be helpful for a lot of
Okay,
libraries.
nice. Okay. Okay. So let's see. What else isn't key with ordering? Yeah, those are sort of the basics on ordering.
Okay.
I'm going to
Did
empty
you
this so we don't ship these to the customer. Um, I can touch on invoices and POs. Yeah.
Sure. Then there are a few more questions coming in the chat, and I'll have to look
Okay.
back through the list that came in when people registered. But yeah, go ahead and go over those couple things.
Okay. So with invoices, you click on that tab. You can go back various range. So I'll just go back. Go back a certain amount. All right, so this gives you the basic, that's your invoice number, all important invoice number. You can print, you can look at the shipment detail. So let's look at shipment detail. it'll take you right to the UPS link for the tracking number. So it was a 2-carton invoice. You can look at the items in each carton. You can look at it either with the images or without the images. Maybe at the discount, the unit cost. So that's pretty basic. Then I just click the back arrow, takes me back. And then on the invoices, it's a little different, but a lot of the same information. The shipment detail, yeah, that's the same. Print. Oh, so when you get your printed invoice, and we will email you the invoice the evening that the cartons ship. So it'll be in your inbox that morning of the day that they arrive.
Okay.
So if you have multiple cartons, we'll tell you which cartons each book is in. So that's pretty straightforward. We do have a fuel surcharge, $3 per invoice. For that, that's pretty straightforward. We're net 30 on the credit line. Although I understand some library processes take longer than that. So
They do. Yeah.
so we're pretty flexible with that.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
that's the invoices.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll spend a quick minute on showcases. These are suggested title lists that we keep updated. So you can look at our top sellers for the month. This is October. I'll just click that. So you'll get a list of our top 125 titles for October.
And that's across the border, like fiction, nonfiction, children's, adults.
Totally across the border.
Okay.
Yeah. Across the board.
Across the board, yeah.
Yes. And then we have we have the new releases for the upcoming month. So these are all the new releases for November. And then we have that split into adult and kids. We have upcoming on sale dates, usually for the current month and the next month.
Okay.
Then we have just kind of some fun top title list, book talk, graphic novels, and indie titles. So we have those.
Okay.
Yep. The bulk upload feature is nice. If you have a long list of titles and you can get them into an Excel spreadsheet, just the ISBN and the quantity, put it in a CSV format. You can upload it with one click, and you can enter up to 999 titles, and they're in your cart in about 3 seconds.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah,
a good feature.
it's a big time saver.
Okay, that's
So,
interesting.
yeah. Ship tos. So this is where we can set up, it depends on the library or the system, but we could set it up either with multiple ship tos for you to send POs to, or we can allow you to just create separate POs and check them out individually, which isn't here on the website right now, but that's something we can add.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if it just has to get flagged to go to a particular person in a particular department, would you say that you could set up different ship tos with just the different names?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Attention. Yep. Different attention lines.
Okay.
Yep. Lastly, on the titles, we have browse categories up here. Click that. So we have all the key categories. So say we click fiction, you have all the different, so you can drill into the different BISAC levels, a few, a, a few levels in. I don't know how deep it goes. It might be it. So you can look at bios.
Okay. And you said you're working on linking reviews and more detailed information to those entries?
Yes, yes. Live review or full reviews with the link, and that would be attached to the title information when you're looking at it. Yeah, that'll be attached to each title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
this one is a little bit related to what you're going to right now. Someone sent a question in the chat. Can we see the categories and not yet published tabs?
um,
She wanted, I think at the top there, like under your logo, it says not yet published,
oh,
browse
yeah,
categories. So here we
yeah,
are. This is the categories tab, right?
yeah. This is not yet published. It's a lot. It's 11,000 items. I don't find this particular tab too useful, to be honest. You might have better luck looking at the showcases and looking at the forthcoming on sale dates, or you could just email me and I can send you, I can pull the data from our system. I can send you, new releases. For like typically how far in advance do you like to see the new release info?
So a lot of times what librarians will do when they're getting their book orders together is they'll have the review publications in front of them, and they're looking sometimes 2, 3, and 4 months ahead.
Okay.
They might be looking for the starred reviews, they might be looking for like a spotlight on business or something
Right.
like that to kind of flesh out a collection, in the coming months. So yeah, we're often getting orders
Right.
together
Yeah, so
for
you could be
months.
6 months ahead if it's, yeah. Okay.
Yep, possibly, but at
Yes.
least a couple, 2, 3 months ahead.
Yeah. So for that, um, yeah, I would go to not yet published. You can sort by, but that's still not going to be a great solution for you. You could
Mm,
go like pub date newest and then just scroll back. You can scroll back chronologically. Um, but the easiest, I'm happy to, send an Excel file of new titles or not yet published that's on order.
okay, maybe
Yep.
we could look at the advanced search. Would that be more helpful?
That is that covers two things. One is the bulk upload that we touched on
Mm,
already, and then the advanced search is it primarily allows you to separate by warehouse, or you can look up by publisher or author title has been.
okay,
Yeah, so I don't think that will help on that
okay.
question. Yep.
All right, let's see.
Uh,
Let me just go through the chat here. How far in advance are we able to see new releases? Is there some sort of new release calendar like Baker and Taylor so we can see a consolidated view of the most popular titles being released in a month? So that would be your not yet published
that
category.
that's an important feature we need to add. So that's a Q1. That'll go on our Q1 list. At this point, this is what we have. You can do the not yet published and start with newest,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not perfect. But it's gives you an idea. Um, but so you need something that's more, it sounds like that's more that you can customize like to what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah, that would be
certain
helpful.
month of a certain year, a certain month of the upcoming year, or by category, or that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, let's see. There's something someone noticed. We see some things out of stock for upcoming new titles. So the example, Dogman number 14. The
Ah,
release date is 11/11. Does this
yeah.
mean all expected copies are reserved, or is there a delay?
Yes, it's a good thing. It just means that we have them on reserve and we're not releasing them yet. So they appear to be out of stock, but we just have a hold on those titles until we release them, usually that week before the pub date.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But you were saying there might be an option in the future to get them to libraries a little bit sooner than
E-
that?
Earlier than that,
Yeah,
yeah,
that would be
definitely.
great.
Yeah, that's easy. We can make that happen. Assuming the publishers get us the books. Yeah.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it's a little unnerving to see out of stock on the new release. But
Yes,
yeah,
I think that was the concern.
yeah. Rest assured, they're just on hold. Yeah. Uh, okay.
So let's see, can one library have multiple accounts connected, such as a juvenile account, replacement account, adult account? And, we kind of went over that a little bit. That would be more of the wish lists. At
Yes.
this point, that would fulfill that.
Yeah, you can either have the multiple buckets under the wish list, or we could create different ship tos, for fiction buyer or nonfiction buyer, blah, blah, blah. We could do as many of those as you like.
Right. So I think the question is getting to libraries often have different lines in their budgets for different departments. And so you would want to see ideally the money for the children's books come out of the children's department's
Budget.
budget.
I see. Okay, so got it.
I think I've got that question correct. Feel free to correct me if I misread that.
Hmm.
And that was from
Okay,
Dumont.
I'll need to get back to you on that so I can give you a
Okay.
good answer. Yeah. Uh, because as it is now, these all bill back to the one account.
Right.
Um, so at Baker, would you say Library A would have 5 different bill twos?
I'm not 100% sure on that one. So
Yeah.
Dumont says if the accounts can be interconnected, but without each account needing to view everything that the other users would be doing. So I guess only seeing the activity from your particular account and not all the previous
Um,
orders from everybody who's ordering in your library.
oh, I see. So with limited visibility
I guess a way
for
to
each
turn on
card.
and turn off that visibility for the whole library ordering
Okay.
activity.
Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. I'll pass that on. Yeah. To our web programmer. All right.
Let's see.
So at
So,
this
some
point, yeah.
follow up to that. Oh,
Okay.
was we had adult account, a juvenile account, etc. So the person would like to go into their account and see their carts and lists and not what all the other colleagues who are also ordering are doing.
Right. So that's a similar question. Uh,
Yeah, it's just kind of elaborating on that previous
yeah.
question.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't heard of that request to not see what others are purchasing. No one's mentioned it, but
Okay,
it's obviously an issue. So yeah, we'll factor that in yeah,
okay,
when we make our enhancements. But at this point, you see everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this question is kind of the opposite of that, or maybe can multiple users log into the system at the same time?
Yes. Yes. You can have uh, somebody could be on the site at the same time and making their changes, and uh, everything would end up in the cart. Or
Everything would end up in the same cart at the same time?
I think when you refresh, if you hit the refresh button, it would reflect your changes. And if somebody else had added titles or made changes, it would reflect that. But you can have multiple users
Okay.
on the site.
So it sounds like something that the individual libraries might need to work out on their end is, the process for putting in orders and who gets to finally hit that button to put the order through.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we haven't stress tested this multiple user feature, to be honest, because
Hmm.
with retailers, that's not really that doesn't happen frequently. They usually have one or two people placing an order, and that's it. Um, so yeah, it will be interesting, and to get the feedback on how multiple users, if there's any hurdles that they encounter, we'll address it, because we want to make it work.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So another question that came in, this is a good one. How are damaged items handled? Is there a cost related to that if the library receives something and it's damaged?
Yep. Simple, straightforward. Usually just send me an email, and I forward it to our credit manager, and a credit gets issued to the account. It shows up on the end of month statement. And, if it's just, a small amount, you can just donate or destroy the books. If it's a whole carton that got stuck in the rain, we would probably send a call tag for that. Uh, but yeah, so usually it's just donate, destroy, and then we'll issue a credit.
Okay.
Yep. And that's for damages and like mispicks and that type of thing. For
Okay.
returns, it's also straightforward. We usually honestly don't get a lot of returns. It's like, 1 or 2% from the retailers. Um, but returns, you just put them in a box and send them back to the warehouse, and we scan them in, and they get credited to the account. You can return anything that you've purchased from us within the past 12 months. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, and then I believe there's a 10% cap. So, if you did $1,000 with us in the previous year, then the current year you could return 10% of that, or $100.
And does that count damaged items or?
No, no,
Okay.
that's just straight returns.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay. So there are more questions coming in the chat. I wanted to get to one last question that came in when people registered, and that was part of a question someone sent in that we haven't quite touched on, I don't think.
Mhm.
How transparent are you with the status of reorders and back orders?
How transparent are we?
Yes, in
We
keeping people up to date with how long it's going to take to receive that item and any updates if that time changes.
Yes. So let me see. With the secondary titles, it's uh, let's pick a secondary book. Okay. So we typically, um, oh, this is in stock. So secondary, those don't ship right away. You usually have a lead time, as you can see, like this one is 5 to 7 days. That'll vary. Um, yeah, but I understand the question. If it's out of stock, um, it's a little tricky because the publisher um, date can sometimes shift. Uh, so we rely on the publisher's information.
Right. So if something is back ordered or if something is out of stock
Yeah.
and it
You could
may
just
be,
you could email me and I can give you the latest information that we have from the publisher.
okay,
Yeah. But that is not, you won't see that on the website.
okay,
Yeah. You will see that it's back ordered, but
hmm,
we don't have a date. Um,
okay. I
yeah,
think
but
that's kind of what the person was getting to is if there's any indication and how someone is kept up to date with, okay, the title is now going to be available in 30 days or 2 days or
right.
so they would
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
get a hold
that's
of you for
Yep,
that
just get a
updated
hold of me and
information.
we do have that information in the system. But I can, and I'm happy to, I provide that to customers very frequently.
Okay,
So happy to do that.
okay. And a little bit of a follow-up to that. At what point does a title get automatically canceled if it's on back order? So what is the potential, how is that
Um,
indicated and communicated if something on back order is canceled?
if you if we put it on back order, we'll keep it on back order for you.
Okay,
Yeah, so we won't cancel the back orders.
okay,
Yeah, unless you request, and then we'll cancel.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one thing I wanted to mention was back ordering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're happy to do that. And then when the book is in stock, it automatically goes into your bills for you, and it'll go into deferred, we call it, and then it'll drop to the warehouse, or it'll combine with any other purchase orders you have and drop to the warehouse.
Okay. And is that communicated in an email or do you have to log into the site to see the updated status?
That is when a back order fills, it will show up on your invoice. So yeah, we don't send out a notice, hey, this old PO item has come in.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that older PO on your latest invoice, that it happens to ship on,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, this finally came in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a couple questions on kind of the scope of your collection. One is
Mhm.
on world languages and one is on large print titles.
Um, I wouldn't say we have a ton, to be honest.
Okay.
Um, yeah, this will pull up. This is 300, but yeah. We have some, I won't go into it, but yeah, it's not a super extensive list of world languages. I mean, we have some bilingual, but not, you know, foreign language, pure foreign language, not a lot of that
Okay.
um, in our primary. Now, in the secondary, you may have access to more of that. Um,
And how would you search for
yeah,
like a title in Spanish or Hindi or something like that?
yeah. I, mm, I mean, I don't think foreign language study is the answer there. So that's 2000 foreign language. Well, here we have the different languages. So you could search using this. Uh, this is one way.
Okay.
Yeah. And then large print, I'm not sure if we have a category for that. Yeah, we don't have a specific category for that.
I think I saw, did you type in LP and does that pull up all the large print titles?
It pulled up uh, study guide. Not really. Pulled,
Okay.
pulled up a bunch of other stuff. There's some. Yeah, there's large print crosswords. Uh, but I've heard the request for large print many times. So we certainly can enhance our large print inventory and create a category for it. So I'll put that on our to-do list.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, we are running up against 3 o'clock already. I don't know about everyone else, but that time really seemed to fly. Um, I'm trying to go back through the chat here and make sure we at least touched on all the questions. Um,
We will provide mark records in Q1 as well. I didn't
okay.
get to mention that.
Looks
Yeah, I
like
think
one. Let's see. Is there a way to view all outstanding items and um, how would items, how would someone go about canceling items if they
oh,
didn't need
like
them?
all back orders. Uh,
Yeah, or whatever, if they just
yeah.
accidentally ordered something or decided they didn't need it.
Um, that's an email to me, and I can easily send you a list of what's on back order, or cancel an item. As long if you place it after 11 o'clock, then I can cancel it anytime before 11 o'clock the next morning. If it's in a order of more than 20, because other than that, it'll ship.
It
But
won't
if it's
ship.
under
Okay.
20, yeah, it'll just wait and I can go in and cancel it for you.
Okay. So if you've already submitted the order and wanted to cancel something, then they would email you with that information.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
right. Uh,
I think we kind of touched on everything. Um, and we are about out of time. So if anyone has a question that did not get touched on during this brief overview, you can send it on to the Member Services Committee, and we will go through those and forward those on to Josh. But I think that's about it. I think we have to
that's
wrap
great.
it
Well,
there. Did
yeah,
you have
well,
anything else last minute that you wanted to add in, Josh?
um, I think we covered a lot, so I think
Yeah,
this was
that was a
productive.
lot.
And yeah, I appreciate all of your time, everyone, is for the hour. I hope it was productive, and we're excited to help you get books to your patrons, and um, yeah. So the key thing is we're smaller, so we're very responsive, and we have a very responsive customer service approach toward working with our customers. So yeah.
Always nice to hear. And thank you so much for your time and your willingness to be here and putting up good-naturedly with our barrage of questions for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. My pleasure. Thank you. All
All right. Well, thank you so
right.
much, everyone, again for attending today's session. And thank you, Josh.
Okay. Goodbye. Have a good day.
Have a good day, everyone.